I just wanted to ask, if God is all powerful and all loving, and he loves all the people that he made, he has the power to save everyone, why doesn't he?
Good question.
Well, okay, so that's a great question. So it comes down to, what is God's ultimate goal? If God's ultimate goal is just to have a bunch of people with him for all eternity, then he could do something like that. But I think God is looking for something different. If you understand this idea, Matthew, I believe yesterday, briefly mentioned this idea of Trinity, right? We've got God in three persons, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And because of the Trinity, there is relationship that exists before any of us are created. God doesn't create in order to get relationship. Like, for example, Allah in Islam, right? He doesn't have a relationship because he's alone. There's one being. When he creates humans, he now gains something. But within Christianity, there's a relationship that already exists. There's love that already exists. So God is creating to welcome us into experiencing this great goodness. But relationship can't be forced. You can't have a relationship where it says, Megan, you're going to be my friend. And she's like, but I don't want to. I said, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You're going to be my friend. So she may hang with me. She may go out to eat with me. She may go to the movies with me, but she's not really happy because she doesn't want to be there. So I have her in my presence, which is what I wanted, but she doesn't really care about me. She doesn't really want to be here.
That's not true. We are totally friends.
So I don't think God would want to create, and I don't think his ultimate purpose is just to have us with him. I think he desires for us to long for him as well. And so this is where we're going to get to, for God to create people in the way that we do, where we say, yeah, you're great, or no, I think I got it. I'm going to be my own God, or I'm going to have this God be over here. That's what's going to happen as a result. But it does assure that those who are with God are there because they want to be.
Yeah, we're running out of time here real quickly, but just to add on to that, just to say that, I mentioned yesterday that the idea of God being all powerful doesn't mean that God can do absolutely anything, but he can do anything that's within logical limits and is consistent with his nature. And so I think it's within God's power to create beings that always worship him. But is that worship free? Is it true love? Forced love or controlled love is like asking Siri, like, Siri, do you love me? And she's like, yes, I love you. And it's like, well, Siri doesn't actually love you, right? She's been programmed to say that. Or ChatGPT, or whatever AI bot you want to talk to, right? The value of love comes with the fact that it's not forced, that it's free, that it is up to the person. So I actually don't think it's within God's power to always to force us to freely choose to love him. Actually, I think it's within his power to create free beings and to woo us and to desire relationship with us, but not to, force us all to freely choose him. So,
and just to clarify, it's not that God needs the worship.
Right.
It's actually good for created things to experience worship, because God is the greatest conceivable being. And what could be better than entering into a loving relationship with that being? It would be the consummation of our deepest desires. But that can only happen with an element of freedom therein, because forced love is not love. And I would argue that it's not worth creating humans in the first place. The reason you make human beings made in the image of God is such that they can experience the fullness of God's glory and his goodness in a way different from the rest of creation. And freedom is a necessary part of that.